Children today are becoming less and less creative. 80% of brain development occurs in the first 1,000 days of life or before the age of 3. However, developing toddlers that should be outside, being creative, and learning are instead glued to iPads, getting a constant stream of dopamine and consuming Cocomelon like it's candy. I've worked at a pediatric office for a year now, spending my days talking to doctors, parents, and children again and again. I have witnessed the tantrums that are thrown when a child is asked to put their devices down, and I have heard many doctors say to parents, "No screens before 2." Gen Alpha, children born between the years of 2010 and 2024, has been raised on phones and iPads. Children using iPads and tablets are prone to many different physical and developmental issues that will affect them for the rest of their life. Why should we subject these vulnerable children to a lifetime of difficulty simply because iPads are an easy way to keep them busy? Children, especially in the first 1,000 days of life, need to be engaging in activities that promote creativity and learning in the real world, far away from the screens. In this speech, I will explain the dangers of too much screen time and share why creativity is so important when it comes to child development. The first 1,000 days of life are extremely important because 80% of the brain develops during this time. Things a child experiences before the age of 3 will affect them for the rest of their life. According to an article titled "Effects of Excessive Screen Time on Children Development," published in the National Library of Medicine, excessive screen usage has detrimental effects on social and emotional growth, including a rise in the likelihood of obesity, sleep disorders, and mental health conditions, including depression and anxiety. These children should not be subjected to these issues just because it's an easy way to keep them busy. Children should not have any screen time before the age of 2, and children between the ages of 2 and 5 should limit screen time to an hour a day. Encourage older children to set healthy limits. For hundreds of thousands of years, children have spent their days outside, solving problems and exploring the physical world. The human brain evolved to best suit this way of life. However, today many children spend their days indoors with their eyes glued to a screen, consuming media like it's candy. We need to open our eyes and realize that these screens are detrimental to brain development and spend more time outdoors engaging in creative activities. These iPads are disrupting brain development through the constant stream of dopamine that creates addiction, causing children to spend more time sedentary and less time being active and creative. Today's Parent says, "The exciting nature of screen time can trigger the release of dopamine, a feel-good neurotransmitter that makes us associate screens with pleasure and therefore something we want to spend more time with." Working at a pediatric doctor's office, I have seen many different children and I have observed their behavior. The children that are more active and creative have more light in their eyes and follow directions much better than the kids that always bring an iPad in with them. Temple University says on this subject, excessive screen time is clearly associated with changes in behavior, microstructural changes in the brain, and altered cortical activity. These changes are evident when you observe many children and compare kids with iPads to kids without them. In place of the iPad, children should play outside with their friends, color, learn an instrument, read, write, or build a tower out of blocks. These activities are known to positively impact the developing brain. Many parents give their child a tablet to distract them or keep them busy while they get work done. While this is understandable, it is not necessary. There are many alternatives to iPads that parents have been using for centuries, like giving their children tasks or chores, distracting them with books, and giving them toys to keep them occupied. Not only do these activities evade the harmful effects iPads have on kids, but they also promote creativity and learning. Children need to spend more time being creative in the real world and less time glued to a screen. The majority of brain development occurs in the first 1,000 days of life, and this is a very important time that shouldn't be interrupted by screen time. Children should be playing creative games that challenge them and spend more time outdoors like our ancestors. In order for children to be more creative, they need to spend less time on screens and more time learning about the physical world. Gen Alpha is a perfect example of technology overstepping its bounds. Encourage the parents around you to stop giving their children iPads and to instead encourage creative play. Thank you.